In the beginning, the infection was contained, and then something happened. There was a breach. It got out. There were hundreds of these infected, and well, it was a fast-moving thing. Before anybody got a handle on how the thing spread, there were thousands and then tens of thousands. They were everywhere. We lost the cities within the first few months. Pretty soon, there were only a few safe zones spread out and disconnected. Nobody knew what it was. And really, they're still not completely sure. Everybody involved that early is dead, and their research and most of the original samples are lost. And every once in a while, we hear of a vaccine or a cure, but nothing ever comes of it. But I guess you could say things are getting back to normal. I guess you could say we won. The threat is contained.
I mean, I was like 10 when the war started, so I don't really remember much. I remember having to leave my house in a hurry, and my dog had run away. We didn't have time to look for him, so we just had to leave him there. Weird, that's really my only memory from before. After that, we lived with my aunt and uncle in their truck for a while. Then my uncle, he turned, and my aunt, she had to shoot him. It's really not something a kid should have to see.
There's nothing more vicious, more single-minded than a ghoul. I was in the National Guard when this whole thing kicked off. We were sent to Pittsburgh. It was a massacre. I've seen firsthand what these things are capable of. There's no reason to keep these things around.
Our containment unit houses approximately 5,000 infected. It's the third largest of 12 centers on the East Coast.
Why do you keep them alive?
That question is a little above my pay grade.
Because zombies are people too. We don't use the term ghouls, it's derogatory. The truth is, there's no chance of an outbreak. No one has been attacked in one of the safe zones for quite some time. Even the name safe zones. I mean, come on, the war's been over for years. The infection is, after all, a disease. If the ZLF and the ACLU hadn't stepped in, the military would have slaughtered every last one of them. As it is, they're herded into these containment units. They're ghettos. They're fed rotten meat, and that's it. No one has tried to reassimilate them into society, and that's what we're trying to change.
You can't deal with an enemy like this. And they are an enemy. Don't buy into any of that sickness bullshit. Once you're infected, you're gone. You're dead. There's nothing left but an empty shell. You gotta just kill them all and burn the bodies.
So this is Containment Central. This parking deck sits about exactly dead center in the containment zone, which is about 3 square miles. Now, around the perimeter, there's a double apron of fences, observation posts, machine guns, all designed to keep what's in here away from what's out there. Now, before the war, this was a decent-sized town, about 60,000 people or so. There's a few people living on the outskirts, but not many.
I mean, nobody wants to live next to a fucking ghoul's nest, but real estate market ain't exactly booming right now. I mean, hell, it's priced right.
It's fucking free.
No one wants to live near a containment unit. It's fear. Fear brought on by government propaganda.
So there's no basis for it?
No. It's just that the military and the government have been doing what they want for so long. They don't want to lose that power. So they create this fear. It's fear of these monsters that are intent on destroying the world, but they're not monsters, they're people. They're people with rights.
How old were you when the war started?
7. What does that have to do with anything?
This is the buffer zone. It's about 100 meters from this outer fence here behind me to an inner fence. The whole area is lined with mines and sensors. And we've got machine gun nests, patrols 24/7. So there's never really any fear of anything getting out. Me and the boys like to call it the dead ghoul zone.
Most of the guys watching the fence, they're just kids, 18, 20, 22. They're stuck in the middle of this whole debate. Before the war, it was a service economy. now there's nobody left to service.
I mean, I really just kind of fell into this job. You know, people said the economy was bad before, but I mean, there really aren't any jobs anymore. You know, you hear the argument from both sides. Some people say we should just kill all the ghouls and be done with it. You know, others say we should put them in hospitals and try and cure them. I mean, I don't really have an opinion one way or another. Shit, they keep me in the job, so. Shit, that's us! That's us! Movement, guys, movement! See anything yet?
Nothing yet. Wait, I got him.
Hang on, let these guys see. Let these guys see.
7, target sighted. Permission to engage.
Roger that. Engage.
That's how it's fucking done.
Yeah, baby.
Riley, reducing the surplus population of assholes.
That doesn't happen very often. It must be your lucky day.
There are a lot of ways to get people to see things from our point of view. I mean, we lobby, we propose legislation, we hold rallies, we talk to city council and mayors. We're making some headway. We're focusing on this facility now because of its size and its location, away from the large population. Although the ideals we're fighting for are universal. Of course, some members of our movement are a little more proactive than others, but the ZLF doesn't condone any violent action. Not that it doesn't hold its appeal.
We feed them at night. That way they can't see where the food came from. Don't associate it with us. Also helps get them all together so we can keep track of them. You just think, you know, if they had their way, it'd be us they were gnawing on.
And the motion sensor's going off in the buffer zone. But looks like something's going in. Now that can't be right. Can I get a patrol into Sector Charlie? Possible trespassing? Who's on tonight?
Hey, you mind if we tag along?
Probably won't see much.
Man, being in this place always gives me the creeps.
Probably just a rabbit. Too bad that little bastard didn't set off a mine.
Or some tourists. Out to find some real life flesh eaters. Too bad they didn't set off a mine.
Oh, hey. Got some bolt cutters over here.
Hey, get Captain Murphy on the horn.
Radio.
Oh. Oh, God. Radio, the professor upstairs. We got something you need to see. Blood on the ground.
Set up your perimeter. Keep your eyes out. Holy
Motherfuckers flanking us from the left.
Watch your back! Watch your back! Look, you get him? You get him? To your left! To your left!